Hey everyone, Andy Griffith here. Today's video we're going to be talking about what is a funnel, and we're going to be comparing that exactly to a website. And I like to look at it as almost like the difference between a funnel and a website is almost like comparing an Atari and a PlayStation 4, right? Websites, we all need them nowadays for business. It's kind of a staple, but what a funnel can do versus what a website can do is almost like thinking in gaming consoles what your Atari could do. You had that little joystick, right? Versus a PS4. And some of you Xbox lovers out there, I'm not knocking that either, but it's just the capabilities far exceed the other. Websites are dying. They're a dying breed. Almost like when social media came out, that was something new versus now it's commonplace. Well, funnels is the next new thing. And if you stay with me through here, I'm going to show you at the end of this how to get basically, as I explain exactly what they are, how you can get 2 weeks free of it, or actually use one of the best deals that I consider is actually the one I personally use with the software I'm going to be going over. But anyways, just kind of go into, as we've gotten more connected in society, one thing that started to happen is our attention spans have lessened. The average human now, our attention span is literally less than 7 seconds. And a goldfish actually has 8 seconds. So that's goldfish technically have more attention spans than we do. We are always distracted. There's so much coming at us in a day that there's not a lot of time to get actual engagement. And if you go to a website, if you think about what a website looks like, there's almost 20 some odd places to look at and where to go around. And actually here, I'm going to kind of draw some of this stuff out. So let me pull up my little clipboard here. Let's see. I'm going to pull up a whiteboard for you guys. All right. So looking at a website here, let me draw one. Let me get a little box here for you guys to kind of explain. Because I'd like you all to get a visualization of what we're doing. Let's see. So almost when you got a website, we have our, I don't like black, or red. Let me get black. But think of it like your website. You've got, your website page, right? All our screens look like this. But within that website page, usually at the top, you've got your, quote, navigation, somewhere up here. Let me get a little pen. I'll draw that out. So with that, you got your logos usually over here on the side. And then you've got, navigation all across here. Right, and then usually a lot of them nowadays have some sort of big like picturesque thing that's a slider or something like that that kind of moves around this way and shows like pictures of people or their products or services. Then underneath that, we've got like words and maybe a little button over here, maybe some other little buttons there. And down here, we've got another little section with words. And then all the way at the bottom, there's all these other links in our footer. And so when someone actually comes to your website page, and part of my drawing skills on this, I don't know if it'd make a difference. I draw with my left hand, but I use a mouse with my right hand. I don't know, that's just what I do. But, so with that in mind, when someone comes to your page, they've got a ton of different things to decide on what to do when they're trying to find something. And often what happens is a confused mind always says no. When you're confused about something, especially when you're making a financial decision, a lot of times, unless you feel confident, you're not going to make any decision. So any decision is actually no. No decision is a decision, if you follow me. So a little bit about my background. I've designed websites for a little over the last handful of years. I've built e-commerce websites. I've done martial arts studios. I've done blogs and things like that. So I've done different aspects where you have a service-based versus you're selling actual physical products, or just having some sort of a landing page per se to just try to generate leads. And what I used to have to do whenever I would design websites is I actually had to kind of piece things together. And this is where funnels, as we get to that part in this video, is really going to blow you away at what all it has to do to make your life a lot simpler. I don't know about you, but I like things to be simple. I think you would agree with me. The simpler we can make things in a busy world, the better for all of us. So whenever I was trying to make a website like this, there's a few things I had to get, and that first thing was I had to get, make that any smaller, I don't know. No, maybe I can't. Let's just go for it. I had to get a domain name, right? With that, then I had to get a host. And how I like to say is like your domain name, think of it like a cell phone number, right? Let me do an equal sign. Domain name equals your cell phone number, right? Make that wider in case of, and then your domain name, you know, like www at yourwebsite.com. That's your domain name, almost like your cell phone number. They'd call you up at 918 blank, 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 blank. Your host, though, however, is where you actually need to store your files for a website. And your host, I almost like to say, think of that as your actual cell phone. So when someone like types in your domain name or calls you, then they're going to ring your cell phone with your host. So you need a host to store your file. So when someone types in your domain name, they get to your website. But what's on my website? How do I make it look cool? Well, there's a lot of different options out there, but the one I used to build on was, you know, WordPress. It's a very popular platform. It's free. That's probably one of the things that makes it very popular, right? But you know, with WordPress, you almost had to think of it when you're trying to pick what's going to, quote, power the look of your website. You know, with WordPress, you can think of it as like Apple or Android, right? You know, we're talking about cell phones. What's the operating system? What is it that I'm going to build my website with that's going to make it function? But it didn't just get there. The next piece that I needed was a theme. And my theme, I almost like to tie this into thinking like cars, you know, because you start talking about website design, like domain names, hosts, theme, WordPress, you're like, oh, what is all this information? Versus trying to tie it into common day things that we use. So with that, you know, a theme, if you think about like a car, you know, that's going to be like, you need to pick the colors, right? The interior, then like what type of engine it's going to have. So if you're buying a new car, almost like picking out a theme, you're kind of picking all the little bells and whistles of how you want it to look and the aesthetics you want it to have for your website. But that wasn't done. That's now we've just got my site, but I want someone to buy something from me. So how do I get them to buy? Well, then I'm going to need a shopping cart, right? That's pretty self-explanatory, just a way for products to be able to be bought. So I needed that to be able to even sell products on my website. And then finally I actually needed was some sort of email marketing, because I wanted to be able to reach out and talk to my clients. You know, you build almost like a tribe per se. So you need email marketing to drip on them or to let them know of promos and specials. Otherwise you don't get any more people coming in or people coming back. So, you know, you needed that to get people to come back through to visit you again and again. And so I literally needed all these different pieces just to make this work over here. You know, so if you think about it, it's like I need all of these things here just to get this to work. And oftentimes they were all from different providers. You know, my domain name may not be where I got my host. WordPress, typically you can install on most hosts, but not always. Sometimes you have to manually install. And then if you want, you know, WordPress does have free themes, but if you want a cool theme, you're probably gonna have to buy one. Just being real. So, you know, you had to buy one of those and install it and then learn how the theme worked. Then the shopping cart doesn't come set up in those. So I actually had to get a shopping cart, which is another application. Then email marketing doesn't come in. So I have all these different pieces just to make my website work. It's kind of crazy, right? So it was very complex. Whereas I think what's going to blow you away is now that I start to talk about what funnels are, it's going to put all of them into one simple platform. Instead of me almost like, if you think like digital duct tape, I'm like digital duct tape, all these little things together just to make these sites work, like the big, you know, companies of the world, you know, the ones that have whole design teams and everything. You know, when you're a small business or a small team running a business, you know, you can wear a lot of hats, and trying to make this all work can be very complicated. So going into funnels, I'm going to clear this off. Boom. Basically what funnels do is they put them all together. Essentially, let me go back to myself here. See, how do I'm still learning how this works a little bit. Share. Let's go back to, okay. Oh shoot, I'll just leave it on there then. Just make my screen a little bit bigger. So, you know, essentially like talking about funnels, it puts everything of that, instead of me trying to find 4 and 5 different companies to make something work, I've got one company platform that has it all for it all to work. And with a funnel, you actually end up having more of a cart value. And I'm about to explain that to you in a diagram about how that works, where your average sales are actually increased. A funnel is literally like you clone your best salesperson. Depending how many people are in your company. What if you had like one of my regionals asked me one time, who's your best person? And I named off the name, and then he goes, what if you had 5 of them? I was like, oh my God, things would be so much easier, da 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 da. I mean, you can think the same. Who's your best person? And that best person might be you, right? So how could you clone yourself? You can't work 24/7, but a funnel can, and you can clone yourself into that. And that's what I'm about to explain. It's essentially, websites, here's a visualization. You think we're doing digital shopping. A website is almost like you walk into this huge warehouse to buy something, but you're all alone, and all a person has is like signs everywhere. And so they got to go like walk down each aisle to try to find the thing that they're looking for, because there's no one walking them through it. They're like, I know it's here, I just don't know where it's at. And so I'm walking, I'm looking, I'm walking, I'm looking, and it just takes a lot of time. It can be frustrating. And oftentimes you might only just get the one thing and get out of there, or end up not even getting anything at all because you can't really find it. You're like, you know what? It's just not going to happen today. Versus a funnel makes it very personalized experience. And it's literally like you as the business owner is walking someone through the process with you. And so let me draw this up and I'll kind of explain that. So what the difference is on a funnel, this is the fun part. This is actually the really fun part, is let's get on square. A funnel, instead of us having like that giant page we have the website, let's just do a little page, right? And then, okay, so your funnel, let's say we sell, let's go with cell phones. Let's say we're selling cell phones. So this is my cell phone funnel, right? Oops, go back. Cell phone, right? Move that over here. So this is my cell phone funnel, right? So someone comes to my website, they've got, they see this cool, that's not cool. Let's go back one. They see this cool little image. It's got the phone, all the specs, whatnot, but it's not just an image. It's actually a person that's like talking them through it. And then they just got a simple little box that says, is this something you want to get? You want to check out? It's just one option, one choice. So someone's like, yeah, I'm looking for cell phones. That's why I came to the site. That is the phone I'm wanting. I'm ready to buy it. I'm going to get my phone. So then what happens is when they go to, say, the next step, they're going to go to checkout, right? So here we are. We're going to checkout. We're getting our phone. Very simple. I'm not lost digging through, going through like paralysis analysis, right? There's so much information. I don't know what to do because I have too much information. So indecision starts to set in. So now we got my checkout. So normal checkout, someone's going to, they're filling in their information, all this, that. They've got like the total right here. Now here's where funnel starts to get real interesting. When someone actually goes to check out, oftentimes what people don't realize, when you actually solve someone's problem, like I'm selling a cell phone, right? Person's going to check out. I've actually created another problem. This person is actually going to need more things. They're going to need like a screen protector, right? And then some sort of phone case for the phone to go in. Imagine like a phone would fit inside my, we'll call that an OtterBox. That's a big rubber case. But you're going to need 2 extra things for them because they got a phone. Usually people don't just buy a phone anymore. They need, every time I buy a new phone, I've got to get a new screen protector and a new case. So when they go to like, yeah, I want that, cool, I'm ready to check out, they're filling in. Right before they go to actually hit the buy button, we usually put the buy button at the very bottom here. You actually create like a little tiny checkbox for them, whether or not they want to add a screen protector and a phone case to it for another nominal amount. So that's where you're walking them through the buying process. So they're like, cool, get my phone, ready to check out. Yeah, man, I do need that. And I can just get it all here, one and done. Boom, check out. That's not it though, it's not over. The next phase comes because there's more than what we need with a cell phone. Then before they actually get to the thank you page, we're going to hit them with another page behind that. And this is one where we're going to say like, what's something like else I get with my phone? Something I've got on the back of mine. I've got like this little loop thing I like to hold my phone up with. That's actually not part of the case, right? It's something I added onto it. So then you're like, hey, let's see here. We'll call this, let's see, text. You need, let's see, let's call certain options, right? Or we'll call this add-ons. So then they need some sort of an add-on, right? So they got a phone, we got our case, we got our screen check. We need an add-on. Like, yeah, I like holding that, you know, especially like laying in bed or stuff like that. You can just hold it up with one hand, you don't have to hold two hands. So then we're getting a add-on to it where, you know, what is it we're putting onto this one? We're saying like they need some sort of phone. Here's my little loop strap. Or a lot of places they have those like pop socket things, I believe is what it's called, where it's almost got like a little funnel down to it. It's a little pop socket. It expands. My drawings are terrible, but it kind of like expands and collapses. You put it on the back of a phone. You need one of those. And also talking about that, because those fit onto car holders, and you need like your car holder for your phone, some sort of like a Discman thing that's going to hold your phone while you're driving. So add-ons. So again, here, so as a personalized shopping experience, it's like, boom, we got you that. Make sure you get these. Everyone needs those. Hey, by the way, since you're already here, is this some stuff you have that you may need? So that, again, is giving you another chance of getting them an add-on value, and it's adding value to their transaction. You know, because whenever we solved a problem over here, we created a problem. So we solved it again, but in essence, we are creating other problems. We're solving them again. And then another fun thing is maybe a little higher ticket offer or something like that. You might say, and it ain't for everyone. Sometimes people just want the first two or these steps, but you just take them through it and go, hey, by the way, we're running this special. We've got these really cool like Bluetooth headphones. Because pretty much every phone, I believe, is Bluetooth. It should be, right? So you got like some sort of an upsell here where you're going like, hey, we need some Bluetooth headphones. Wish I had like a Bluetooth headphone icon, but I don't. So you imagine like, here's one speaker, goes over the head. Here's one speaker. Those are like terrible drawings, but you get what I'm saying. So you say like, hey, by the way, do you have any Bluetooth headphones? They're on special right now, right? Some may go for it, some may not. But if they were to, you're the person they're talking to, instead of them leaving the store and then 2 days later going like, man, I want to get me some headphones with this. So again, there's another chance to give them an upsell. And a fun thing I like to do is actually, because usually sometimes your upsells might be a little bit of a higher ticket item. And the person's like, man, I just came to get the phone. And I've already bought this and this and this. And like, they might be feeling like I'm spending more than I intended to. But what I like to do is if they say no to this, is then you give them one more little option. And we call this a downsell. Oh, let me get over here. Call this the downsell. Like let's say these headphones are $200. And the person's like, I just bought this $700 phone. I just spent another $150 in accessories. I'm at $850. I'm just not ready to spend $200. But then instead you go like, let me finance it for you. How about we do this? How about I get you like, you know, three times the payment, right? Oh, whoops, let me go back. Let me clear that. So instead of them going like, hey, here's, you know, if they buy the upsell, here's what's neat. If they're going through your funnel and they buy this upsell, they'll never see this page. This page is actually triggered if they say like no at the bottom, like, no thanks, it's not for me, no big deal. They won't see this. But if they click yes, if they do buy the upsell, I said that backwards. If they buy the upsell, they'll never see this. But if they don't, then it goes, hey, wait 1 second. Let me finance it for you. How about we break it down into 3 easy payments? You can pay me once a month over 3 months, and you can get those headphones today. Boom, because the person may not be able to drop that $1,000+, but they're like, you know what? I can do that. I mean, I literally was buying a marketing course, and I'll be honest, I bought the first upgrade to it. And then on the back end, I was like, I'm just not ready to spend that much more. It's $300 more. And I was like, I'm just not for it. And then a pop-up happened and it said, let me finance it for you. How about 3 monthly payments for $100? I was like, you know what? I can do that. Totally can do that. And so on to me, and I felt like I got value because I definitely wanted it. I just couldn't afford all of that at that time. It didn't make sense to me, but at $100 a month, it totally made sense. And I went for it. And so the proprietor of that just got that business by giving me that option and, calling it a quote downsell. So this is where, instead of having a website where you have 1,000 choices in direction, you have a funnel here where someone comes in with a very straightforward yes or no type thing. Yes, cool, let's hook it up. By the way, before you check out, do you want to add these on? They check off yes or no. There's additional revenue for your business. And then you're like, hey, before you actually get to the final, there would be a thank you page over here. Before you get over to there, it's like, hey, by the way, do you want to add these few things on while you're here? A lot of times people find that these are things they'll use later. We can get it all to you in one care package so you get it all at once. And then they're like, cool, get it. Followed by an upsell, which may be a higher ticket item where you're like, hey, we've got these awesome new Bluetooth headphones. Would you like to get them? And if they say yes, cool, they go to a thank you page. If they say no, it goes to, hey, as a downsell, why don't we break the payments down for you? And you just pay us once a month over 3 months. And you can get them today. How about that? And so essentially, like I talked about earlier, with a funnel, you are literally cloning yourself, right? Your best salesperson. You didn't just throw someone into a warehouse of goods and say, find what you need. Versus you're like, hi, welcome. What is it you're looking for? Oh, this is it right here. And by the way, since you're getting that, let's go ahead and add these to that for you. Would that make sense? Boom. And you just walk them through a process. And being that it's online and all digital, it can happen any time of day, whether you're working or not. If someone's shopping at 11 a.m. or 11 p.m., your funnel's working. And so essentially, if you think of these as funnel steps, someone comes in through the top and they're working their way down through your funnel. Hence why we call it a funnel, right? So those are just some of the benefits of why funnels tend to, have been proven to deliver a 6-time higher cart value. On one of mine, I wrote a book, and my book alone was $7.95. But because of the added options that I had behind that first page, my average cart was $17 and change. So it's almost 2.5 times the value because of the process I walked them through during their checkout. I don't know about you, but that's pretty exciting to me. So, think of funnels. It's not just funnels is a shopping experience versus a website is more like a transaction. None of us want to just feel like a transaction. We actually want to be engaged. We want an experience. And the other neat thing is you can actually use emails. Let me drop some things here. Let's say, boom. I'm just going to be like, boom, boom. This will make sense in just a second. We can actually use emails where, say, someone kind of opts into the phone, like, yeah, I want that phone, cool. And they have to put their we always say, suggest you put some sort of a thing where you can get an email address from them of some sort. So you have a way of contacting them and you're building your rapport. Say they get through here and they get the checkout and then they don't check out. You can actually set up email segmentation or automation marketing, whatever you want to call it, so that if someone doesn't get from here to here, they're actually going to get sent some of these emails. And all these emails are designed to actually bring them, let me see, change my colors. They're actually designed to bring them back to here, right? And you can pick how many you want. You can put them together. Or on the flip side too, you can actually say they buy this. Whoops, that doesn't matter. It's in there. Say that they buy this, but they maybe don't get your upsell or some of your add-ons. Then you can pick some of these things to drive them back to here to let them know you still would like to take, hey, how you liking your new phone? I'm really glad you got it. I hope the case fits well, yada, yada, yada. I know I love it with mine, and maybe have a picture of you with the same thing. And then you're like, but by the way, what I really realized was I love not having headphones that have a cord to it. I can exercise, I can this and that. So if you're having, now that you're looking at it, you're getting sold in, if you decided, I still want that, I'm actually going to hold this offer available to you, whether you want to buy it all at once or do it into 3 payments. And so you're using email marketing to bring them back to you, right? I hope you're all starting to get this. You're starting to see the power in this, where it's not just people are hitting a page, going away, you never see them again. You're delivering a lot more value as far as delivering what they want, and then giving them, every time you solve a problem or every time you present a solution, you create a problem, and you just keep solving those problems all the way through your funnel. Your business is all about really trying to deliver value, not just make a transaction. I mean, we are going to make money in it, but when you go in there to deliver value, the money will come. All right. It's kind of, you know, we are trying to make money, but if you think of it more, position yourself as how do I deliver the most value? That's what people are looking for, is value, and to feel valuable and valid. So deliver that and the rest will follow your way. I promise you this. So, as a recap, we'll get past some of my very artistic drawings. I may sell these one day, depending. No, I'm just kidding. But let me get back to, let's see here, back to my screen. Let's talk more about what exactly is a funnel. I'm using Zoom to post to Facebook, but exactly what is a funnel? So the first thing what you really want to look at is, with a funnel is what's your biggest goal, right? I mean, what exactly is it that is going to be your goal with your funnel? Some of them are to actually generate leads. Some of them are to generate or to sell products. So, because there's multiple ways that you can use a funnel to benefit your business. And what's really neat is the platform that we're doing this on is you can actually get their highest converting templates for absolutely free. So templates, or as we said, themes earlier, the highest converting ones, the ones that work, using this system and this platform, you can actually get those for absolutely free. And so whether you're trying to, generate leads, because some of you are like, I don't really sell products, Andy. I sell insurance, or, trying to think what other things, some sort of service based. I'm a coach, I'm a consultant. Maybe you just need to generate leads, and there's ways to do that. And you'll actually get the templates for that. Perhaps you do sell products. We talked about how you would sell products. And there's various ways and techniques to go about it. I just went through one of them, but you've also got where you're talking about running a webinar. Maybe you do like online coaching and you want to just run a webinar to bring people on and then to educate them. Or, as I talked about in there, was just the sending the follow-up emails, because it's important you get people to your site, but it's also important that you actually get to communicate with them. How do you continue the conversation? And so defining what your goals are will actually tell you which type of funnels you would need. And using this platform, you actually can get the highest converting funnel templates for absolutely free. I mean, I don't know about you, but how cool is that when someone's like, these are what work and we're just going to give it to you? I mean, one of the things I like to say is in business, let's back up. In school, you get in trouble for being a copycat, right? You get in trouble, but in business, you can get rewarded for copying. It's just about as long as you copy the right cat per se. And so their highest converting ones that work for each of these segments, you get absolutely for free. So what exactly can it do again? The platform I'm talking about is ClickFunnels, and it can do a lot of things. And I'm actually going to be posting links to this if you stay to the end. We're almost there. I appreciate all of y'all following me along through this video so far. I hope it's been educational. I'm actually be posting links where you can get 2 weeks free and or the best deal on using their software that I actually personally use. Literally, the way I see it, it saves me 50% off of it. But what exactly can it do? Well, first off, as ClickFunnels over here, it's going to replace your designers and help you create beautiful pages in minutes. I mean, it literally has a funnel builder and a page editor. It is drag and drop. Children can use this platform, and there are some doing it, making sick money on this. It is a very simple platform. You're not writing code or anything like that. You're literally like picking icons. You can drag things around, let them go, and then type inside of it. It's super simple to use, but it's also going to give you the shopping cart where you don't need coders, or you don't need this, like I had to do, a separate program connected to my website to then make myself have a shopping cart. It has a shopping cart built into it, but it's more than a shopping cart, because most shopping carts, when you go to add cart and check out, once you check out, you get the thank you page. There is no like add-ons, upsells, downsells, and that's where websites are dying. They whether it's being realized yet or not to the masses, it's happening. And so this one is a very unique shopping cart in that it allows you to do more than just that one upfront transaction. We also went over how email marketing, it creates automated messages where, depending what they do in your funnel, you can send targeted messages to them based on what they did and how they interacted. So it's not just like a blanket email and someone like, I already bought this, why am I getting this? It's this person did buy these things, they're not going to get these. And the flip side, these ones that didn't buy are going to get these. And it's a way of driving traffic back to something they were interested in. The fact that they were there means they're interested in it. It's just sometimes it takes people a few times of seeing something to make that decision. You know, you may research online sometimes before you actually pull the trigger, but this is your way of, hey, I care about you. Hey, we're thinking about you. Hey, if you didn't know. Oh, and by the way, you might not have realized this cool feature. Or look, right now we got going on is this little promotion that I want to make sure you get a chance to even take a look at. What is it? One of my friends in marketing once told me, you know, he's got a bachelor's in marketing. He would say, Andy, give people the choice or the chance to tell you no. You know, don't do them the disservice of not letting them be educated about a decision and tell you no. Keyword, educate them. You have to talk with them. You know, this will also, if you have some sort of affiliate or want to set up some sort of affiliate program where you have services and you're like, man, I'm trying to hire a team of people. It has the options to set that in place where you can actually have affiliate software built into where with people recommend your products, ideas, or services, they can get a small percentage, whatever you dictate, but it's a way of creating and tracking all of that. And what's really cool that's coming soon, they're going to have like a CRM, which is basically like a customer relationship management tracking. And it says replace your membership software coming soon. There's going to be some sort of an upgrade because I have membership sites in this. One in particular, I'll just go over. I think this is just going to be an upgraded version. If you're trying to create some sort of online membership or course, you know, like one of mine I have set up based on what they buy, unlock certain courses. I mean, it's already in there. They're not calling it wasabi, so this might be like the 2.0, which I'm very excited. I can't wait to see what more bells and whistles, because what they have in place already works great. Is based on what someone does buy, it unlocks certain features of your membership area. You can also set it up to based on time. Like if you want your students when they come in, maybe they only get one lesson, you know, once a week, it's going to unlock the next one and the next one. You can set those things up. So there is a membership aspect to it that you can put into place. So with that, I mean, with ClickFunnels, I really appreciate you guys being here. I mean, a lot of times if you're looking for things to make online, there's some different genres people come from. If you're like me, I've got a job that I love. I work as a hospitality business advisor. I've been in food service for a little over 18 years now. It's been very fun and rewarding to, you know, start as a kitchen help and just work my way up from being chefs to GM to multi-GM and now advising others on their food service programs. I take a lot of joy in that. It's problem solving, people engagement. It's really been a rewarding career, but I also want to upgrade my lifestyle. So that's what got me into this was, you know, what would an extra $500 to $1,000 a month? Some are making a lot sicker income than that from this. But this isn't a video saying this is get rich quick. No, but you can definitely generate a great income online using this platform and system. And it's just about me, about upgrading my lifestyle. Or you may have a business, but you've hit a plateau, or you're trying to figure out how I can excel more rapidly. How can I increase and improve my sales conversions? You know, this is a platform that can help you do that. You know, if you're just wanting more success, or perhaps you have just an idea or a mission and you want to impact the world, but you just don't know how. On the landscape of digital marketing, everything, there is a ton of options out there, and trying to figure out which way is the best way can be a little overwhelming. Because again, a confused mind makes no choices. It creates indecision where you're like, well, I could do this, but I could do that. Or maybe this is one that's going to give you everything you need to be successful online. That's pretty much the nuts and bolts of this presentation. I hope you got a lot of value. If you have any questions, drop them below. Please, you know, like or subscribe to this video. You know, again, I'm putting the comments down there, links to the free 2 weeks to get you started on the program. So literally, you can give it a trial and see what you think of it. Don't just take my word for it. Get your hands on it. Or if you're like me, I mean, when I saw this, you know, I had a bunch of sites online with WordPress and all the other bells and whistles connecting to make it work. When I saw this, I was just like, done. This is it. I jumped on it. And there's what I call it the best deal, but it literally saves 50% off of their plans that they have in place. So other than that, I mean, my goal is basically, you know, using this is just, you know, if you sign up, you get free templates. I'm also going to be creating my own group to give away even more value than what this platform gives on top of that. You know, and it can eliminate the hassle of trying to figure it out all of it. Just think of it as your total solution, right? I mean, that's literally what this thing is. And instead of you doing digital duct tape, you've got it all in one house. So because here's the fun thing. When you start trying to piece things together, what I've experienced, if something doesn't work, a lot of times each company points at the other saying, well, this is why. And they're like, no, 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 this is why. And you're stuck in the middle just going, please just let me get this to work, please. So I do also invite you along to join putting together a free Facebook group. It's called the Funnel Growth Club. Search for it on Facebook, Funnel Growth Club. It's a free Facebook group where I'm going to be dropping this digital courses on my journey of creating funnels and helping people take their ideas and make them into reality using this software and this platform. I invite you to come and join us. It's a free Facebook group. Again, that's called Funnel Growth Club. It's going to help you launch your own successful group. And with that, one little favor I could ask, again, please like, please subscribe, drop a comment below if you have any questions. I look forward to networking with you later. Have a great day.